Hello everybody, my name is Zelinator and welcome back to Ultimate Minecraft Polyworld episode 303. Big sigh because we've got a lot of digging to do. No digging tunes this time. So now we sit, we wait, and we dig cobblestone as I proceed to get the regular notification from Gmail telling me I'm now live on my channel. Hello, hi, howdy, welcome back to the stream. I hear a zombo. I wonder if it's from that cave I covered up. I don't even remember if that cave was over here. Yeah, we have a lot of digging to do, because once we clean out these two layers, we're gonna have to work on the top part. Hello, hi, howdy, Jonas, welcome back as well. Is that an Enderman? I might have heard an Enderman. I wonder if people make Minecraft stone mining ASMR videos. I feel like that's something done before. The Minecraft community does strange things sometimes. I don't know who would listen to Minecraft stone mining for however many hours, though. I'm sure there's an audience for everything. Howdy Mazov, welcome back. What do you mean 68 bundle textures? Are there 68 individual textures that can be utilized? I thought it was dynamic in terms of maybe 2 or 3 separate textures. YouTube is not consistent with live features such as that. 4 textures by 16 colors. Oh. 'Tis being fortunate. Oh, and untextured, so that's plus 4. 64 plus 4. Simple. Make 4 textures, all grayscale, color tint, boom, magic. Or overlays for colors that need to be consistent. I forgot bundles could be colored. Of course, I'm sure it's more complicated than that. I haven't bothered looking at the bundle texture. I don't have any plans on playing 1.21.2 until I have to update my Minecraft Magiri Galka server because that has Bedrock support. Unfortunately, one of the team members only has Bedrock. Big sad face. But that means I have to allow Bedrock joining onto my Java server. And since Bedrock doesn't get to choose whether they update or not, most usually, I am therefore required to get the server updated when possible. Archive was back up, then poof, it's gone. What archive are you talking about? Only the archive I know is Methods channel, which is a very poor archival channel. In terms of archival, I should say. They're talking about Microsoft, so I don't know what archive. Oh, the Internet Archive. It's not the same. Oh well, I did what I needed to on there. I'm kind of waiting around. As long as it's still read-only, I'm fine. And I sit and I wait. I was on there yesterday. The Internet Archive directly, archive.org. Because I was asked about old Pocket Edition versions, so I went searching around on there. And it worked during that time frame I last checked it. wonder if I should dig up the coal in the floor now or dig it up later. I'll do it later. What you should do is, as soon as it's available, boom, download every version. Have your own local copy, therefore you're not required to wait around for other people. Magic. Oh, I'm getting hungry again. Nom 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 goes the bacon. I keep hearing zombies, but I don't know where they're at. They sound to my left, but they could be above or below me. I don't know how good my audio is with height. If it's refusing to load, that means, you know the words, be patient. Of course, nobody likes that. Oop. I don't know how many torches I need down here, but I might as well light up the whole floor until I figure out the exact size of the cages I'm going for. That's definitely to my right, but I don't know where the cave is. Oh, one more. For some reason I was thinking that was the last row. One more, then we go up. I don't know how high up we are going to go. I'm thinking of starting on the top and working my way down, which means I'll need to double the amount of torches. We could probably check on Twitter, the official Twitter page, and see what they've been talking about in terms of current maintenance and all that fun jazz. I haven't looked on there in a while. And ba-doop. Alright, there we go. So let's see. Is that it? I have one torch left. Here, we'll move this one over. Then this will provide a more balanced lighting. Alright. So now what we have to do is take this entire room and go up 25 blocks. And I don't yet know how we're gonna do that, so we'll start back here. Let me grab some torches. We'll start here because now I need to go up 25. So if I'm currently on 65, I'm going up to 75, 85, 90. That's what I said. Why 90? I'll need to write down the different coordinates for every corner. This is more than 25 blocks, right? In fact, here, let's just write this down now before I go up. So 262, 1445. It's totally gonna eat away at my hunger. Oh well. 297, 1445. Which means this one should be 297. And then something else for Z. 297, 1413. Logically, the last corner is 262, 1413. We're going to verify just to make sure that's right. Yep, all good. So as long as I stay within those 4 points, then we're good. This is the area, right? Yeah, so I can dig this down once we're going. Oh, there's dirt. So we're looking to go to 1413 on the Z. Ah, yes, back at it again mining brick. Because I can never escape the brick. Yeah, we'll just keep digging. I'm now realizing how tall this is going to be, but based on size, it needs to be tall. This might be a little bit too big in terms of the scale I want, but in order for this to line up with the other area, it needs to be this tall. 89, which means, oops, 90. So now I just go forward to 1413. Uh-oh. We don't have that much space. I think I'm going to leave this open for now. Let's see if I can drop down 5 blocks. So instead of 90, we'll go down to 85. Let me pick up that brick stair. Oh, wait, I can't place this down. I have to go all the way through. Alright, well, we're not going up to 90. We're going to 85. 85 it is. You know, you modern day YouTubers and all their clickbait titles. Because, you know, the common Minecraft viewer these days doesn't understand what alpha, beta, and infdev and all that is. And I can't sleep the rain away. So we go up to Y85, but we're still going to 1413. We should have enough space. Oh, was that a cave right there? I think that was. Ow! It is now a slightly bigger cave. I was gonna try to go down, but too late. Alright, so 85 is... This is 85. Oh, I don't know what we're gonna have the roof be. I should put a torch. I don't know what the roof's gonna be, but I'll leave that as brick for now. So 1413 is where we need to go, and we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out if we hit the edge yet or not. Oh, oops, one more. That was it. 1413. Okay, so 85Y, 1413Z. And yes, hello, hi, howdy. Welcome back to the stream. That is dirt. I'm gonna dig up each of the 4 corners. That way I have absolute proof of where I'm supposed to be. I might leave this corner, but I'll do the other 3. Howdy, Griffin. Welcome back to the stream. Yeah, I had to cheese it yesterday. If you want to know the story, go back and watch yesterday's stream. Oh, I wonder if we're gonna hit the other corner. I need to get to 297. 297 on the X. We're gonna see, because I did not pay attention to how much horizontal space I have in this direction. When I last looked, we had a lot. Oh no! This is already the edge of the map again. We're at 282. We're 15 blocks short. That means I'm gonna have to make this shorter. Alright, alright. So we're at 282 instead of 297, unfortunately. So how far does this get us? Oh boy, this is super tall and not very wide. Man, I'm only going to be able to fit 1 or 2 cages in here, unless I make them thin. Yeah, there's no way I'm fitting 8 like the optimal amount would have been. Oh, too late. People using the word persons annoy me. That is grammatically correct under certain circumstances. I don't know because I'm not familiar enough with English. Says the guy who's only ever completely learned English. You go on Google, it'll tell you why. Maybe I should have just left the tunnel from over here. Where are we? Ah, we almost made it. Because if this was a few blocks lower, then I would have had all this underground space. But since I don't plan on building a little hill here, we're gonna leave this as it is. Maybe one day in the future I'll build a fake hill right on top of this area. That way I can hide more underground. Oh man, that doesn't look good. That's what I get for putting a torch down there. Whatever. It'll be hidden in the daytime. Let's see. I should probably put away some of this brick and cobblestone, toss it in the ender chest. That way I can keep digging. We're also going to combine our pickaxes. And I don't know how many pickaxes I have left. Only supposed to be used in legal writing. I guess that's what happens when you talk with corporate people and not, you know, the average Joe YouTuber. Because I feel like the average Joe YouTuber these days are business people due to YouTube channels becoming businesses, as opposed to someone or multiple people having fun making videos. Alright, so we're going to change 297 to 285, I think. No, 282. Well, at least on the bright side, this is a lot less that I have to dig. That means this is only 20 blocks wide. From 262 to 282. No, 21 because that's inclusive on each corner. Alright, well now we are at 1420. We need to get to 1445. I could probably toss this. I don't need the brick. I say that now. Watch there end up being a hole I need to fill in. So we'll be starting with this whole brick layer up here, then work our way down. Back to brick digging. But with all this brick we're going to collect, this will allow us to have more stairs on the backside. Terminal has multiple uses, and I think I passed it. Yeah, I did. There's stuff like terminal illness, train terminal, terminal for, you know, computer command prompts, that stuff. Such as English. Alright, so we're looking at 1445, 260, or 282. Oh boy. Well, at least it won't be too far going this way. This is so long. I'm now realizing that goes very far back. I guess I will be able to fit 2 rows facing each other, even though they're only going to be 1 or 2 apart. Oh boy. Howdy cave, I see you up there. That was a very small cave. Oh, hello. You seeing that? You seeing the green bean? Of course, because there's always another one. They absolutely love spawning in here. Is there something about green beans spawning the most in ocean biomes, but you don't see them often because usually ocean biomes are flooded and not a lot of people go mining underneath oceans? Oi. And yeah. So 1445. Scary cave noise. And whoop. Force American spelling in a British game community. Sounds like nothing new to me. Alright, let me open this up, but we'll connect the tunnel over here first. And then I'll dig up that last corner, even though I know that's going to be a farther fall than the other places. Is that all that already? There we go. Since we're going to be carving up all this brick, we might as well allocate the slots to all this brick. Just when I thought I was done with the brick digging. There's always more. Yeah, this feels so thin. We have a long distance that way. Well, that's not very far until that back wall. Oh boy. I wasn't expecting a cave there. There's a lot of surprise caves in here. Alright, we're good now. Back to work we go. Alright, I'll probably start on this wall, then go back and forth from here to the other side. We'll see how many more caves we find. What am I doing? I'm working on the cages for where the Evangelions are usually kept. Okay, hold on. Sorry, Torch. That's gotta be a wall. You gotta go. As if it's any better being on the floor here, because where I'm currently standing is gonna be dug up anyways. I have to carve out this whole area. I don't have to. I chose this path. I could have made the room much smaller, but nah. Too late. Should see how many uses. 971. After this, we're gonna do pickaxe enchanting since I've downgraded to unenchanted armor, which means I get to spend my levels on enchanting diamond tools instead. Particularly the pickaxe. There would smell real bad because of all the brick. Truth be told, I do not know what brick smells like. You could say burnt clay, but that's not accurate. Oh wait, hold on here. I could put away all these coordinates now that I have my 4 corners. Smells like dry mud. I cannot guarantee I know what dry mud smells like. Nope. Do we know what type of bricks Minecraft utilizes? We have mud bricks, but then we have proper clay bricks. Do we know the material composites of each of them? I guess composition probably makes more sense than composite in this sense. Same word, different tense. Yes, Zomble, I'm well aware that you are here. I didn't know brick houses were still being utilized these days. I think about modern society and its lack of brick usage. At least from what I've witnessed. Of course, I don't witness much of the real world. Hopefully when we get down to the stone, this is faster. I think brick is a harder material than stone, and this feels like it takes longer than stone does to mine. Is brick used everywhere there because of its properties or because it's cheap? I don't know if brick is cheap compared to stuff like concrete and steel. I'm not in construction. I'm in Minecraft construction. You know, maybe I should employ more creepers. For as much as I take out the creepers, if I utilize their explosive power, I wonder if that would speed up my digging at all. Because it's good. Then that means I'm gonna take because it's good as its material properties then. Materialistic? Material. Oi. I'm probably the only Minecraft YouTuber who talks about grammar on such a frequent basis. I've said plenty of times before, I feel like no one else processes their commentary like I do. But I will also say, I do not watch a lot of commentated videos these days in terms of Minecraft gaming. I don't even know how frequently people still make commentated Minecraft videos. A lot of it is look back videos in terms of how a project or how a particular series of events unfolded. Looking at 100-day Minecraft videos, every one I've seen that I can recall is all in the past tense. It's not active, it's this is what happened then, after this happened, and so on and so forth for the entire video. It's all looking back at the events that unfolded. Live commentary for popular YouTube videos, to me, has died out. There's a video I was watching yesterday about how YouTube's focus on content creation has shifted from personality-based to content-based. I was going to go more with that, but nothing else came to mind, so I'll leave it. 500, 554 uses. Several more stacks. 10 stacks is 650. Minus 100 is another stack and something. Stack and a half-ish. I guess I'd put over 8 stacks. 8 stacks left of uses. This doesn't feel like it's going faster, but every time I go around this square middle section, or this rectangular midsection, there's less blocks I have to mine. But it does not feel like I'm going any faster compared to when I started. It would have been nice if I could clean this out completely, but I don't know if I have enough pickaxe uses to do so. I'm waiting for that last armor bar to go down so I can eat. I'm waiting around for it. I don't know how much hunger breaking a block uses, but with all the blocks I've broken, surely I've spent a lot of hunger. There it goes. Nom 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 nom. 401. Once that gets less to 100 or so, I plan on heading out, getting a new pickaxe, since I don't think I'll have the durability to finish this off. At least it's plenty bright in here, so I'm not going to worry about bad guys spawning. Then I could toss whatever I need to into the ender chest, head home, and go from there. I'll have to work on the... Oops. I'll have to work on crafting more bricks in the stairs. That's where I was going with that. Yeah, there has to be another cave somewhere around there. Because whenever I'm in this area, I hear them. I can't hear creepers, though. I wonder, if creepers made ambient sounds, what would they sound like? Would they make sounds similar to their damage sounds, but shorter and less intense whenever you slap a creeper? I wonder if there's a mod that adds ambient sounds to creepers. I know there's a mod from a long time ago. It might have been by iTunes. I don't remember exactly, but it was something like Stalker Creepers. And what the mod was whenever there's a creeper, instead of walking at you and blowing up, he'd walk right up behind you and stand there, staring at you. And he would wait until you turned around and saw him. Then it would ignite. Oh, it just turned daytime. I could hear skelly-bums burning. But yeah, anyways, I never did play around with that mod, but that was indeed doing. That was one of the ones I saw. It might have been a mod review for a long while ago. Howdy Potato, welcome back. Okay, now I'm hearing zombies to my right as well. I wonder if there's another cave in there. We'll have to wait until later when we come back with a nice, fresh, shiny, enchanted diamond pickaxe. We have to finish this one though. Almost wonder if my inventory is gonna fill up first. 200 uses. Oh no, it won't. Yeah, I do have enough dirt or enough inventory space. There's a new Windows 11 8.6 junk file that you can't delete. Why? What's its purpose? Is it only Windows 11? Because if so, I'm gonna slightly chuckle to myself. When do we think that Windows 11 will come out? Wasn't it first released 22 or 23? I think it was 22. Oh, the Windows Update Cache? Why is that a single file? I thought the update cache was a series of files. Every single KB whatever update file was all independent, last I remember. 109. We'll probably finish this row. Oh, Windows 12? 11 was released in 21. Okay, that was close. That was off by a year. I'm pretty sure if there was going to be a Windows 11 or a Windows 12, we would have heard it by now. So we're going to keep waiting and see if they announce it. But only 3 years is a very short turnaround time. Alright, down we go. That's not my staircase. Down we go. This is the staircase. Except I'm slapping my forehead on all those bricks. I probably have a concussion from that. Alright, let's see. So I can... You know what, here, we'll grab these 2 stacks of bricks. And then I'll put away the cobblestone and the dirt in case I pick something up. It is currently daytime, says the skylight. Announced in June. Released in October. Interesting. That's not the way out. I think the staircase is the only way out from this side. I still have the back of Central Dogma, but I do not have a way to access that from this point, because the bottom of the main screen covers where I can get there. I don't even have a ladder on that side. The only ladder I have in Central Dogma is on this side. Jump, jump. Ah, I totally forgot about the experimentation area, where Unit 0 went berserk twice in the series, once in Rebuild due to time constraints. That's not the way down. This is the way down. There we go. There will always be people outsmarting development corporations. Always, always hands down. There will always be people smarter than the ones releasing the product. In terms of software containment. And I want to sprint again. Okay, are there any more missing flowers? I went in one day, I think this weekend, I went in and fixed all the missing flowers that I could find. I'm looking around to see if any of them are gone again. I don't think so. We should be in the clear. Hooray, the Endermen have been leaving me alone for the most part. Alright, so let's put away that brick for now. Grab the cobblestone since this is going straight into the chest. And then this brick will be used for crafting stairs. That's a lot of iron ore. I'm now realizing with all the iron ore and all the gold ore, one of these days I should smelt it. Why do I have so much ore? Was I trying to prepare for 1.17 where breaking the ore drops the raw material? Raw iron and raw gold? Maybe. Maybe I'm saving it to fortune in the future when 1.17 does roll around. How many stacks of stairs did I say I needed again? I know it was a lot. We have 12 stacks. This should be good for now. Oh wait, there's even more. If I need more brick stairs after this, I'll come back and do some more crafting. Oh wait, hold up. Let's be smart. Let's grab another pickaxe. A fresh pickaxe. In fact, here we'll grab 2, 1 unenchanted and 1 enchanted. Just in case I get another Soak Touch pickaxe or something. I almost wonder if it'd be more effective to go book enchanting, but since I'm focused on only pickaxes for now, it's probably not. Excuse me, Iron Golem, thank you. I almost questioned what that tower was, and then I remembered, oh yeah, that's Ice Cream Station. Excuse me, thank you. Ice Cream Station looks so short compared to the monolith. I wonder if I'll ever increase it. I don't think that track is hooked up to anything. That's the anvil. Here's the enchanting room. What's the point of Betacraft after 1.5.2? There's no use for Betacraft 1. Yeah! Efficiency 3 and Breaking 3 Fortune 2. Betacraft 2 was to solve that issue and add support for 1.6 and later. And yes, howdy Ian, welcome back. I still haven't tried out Betacraft 2 yet. I do not plan on including it with my ultimate old world conversion guide for the time being. I still haven't even updated to the latest release yet. I think 1.09_17 is the current Betacraft build, and I'm only using 16. Well, now it's sitting around for 2 years or something. I might try Betacraft 2, but I haven't needed to. Paint 3D is being taken off the Microsoft Store. I thought Paint 3D was built into Windows ever since 10. Y'all remember that 3D objects folder? Yeah, me neither. I tried Paint 3D within the first week of updating to Windows 10. I don't think I ever touched it since. No longer being updated? I'm not surprised. Remember the old good Windows Media Player? I still use that, even though it was discontinued back in 2016. It was last updated 2012, but it was officially discontinued 2016. I still use that because I do not like Groove Music or the modern Windows Media Player. Same thing with Photos. I don't like Windows Photos. Ow, or whatever it's called. I still use Gallery? Photo Viewer? Whatever it used to be called. There was a mail app as well as Movie Maker, the Photo Viewer, and Media Player. All of that was bundled within, I think it was Windows Live Media question mark. I can't remember what it's called, but it was one installer for all 4 of those products, all packaged together. That is still my preferred media player setup, with some exceptions because there have been newer codecs, particularly H.265 as well as Blu-ray, that I now use VLC for instead of Media Player. And also, I don't think Media Player plays MKVs. Anyways, random tangent and all that fun stuff. I've never needed a use for Paint 3D. If I were to ever get into 3D stuff, I'd use dedicated 3D programs and not a Microsoft product that well, it used to come pre-installed, if it's what I'm thinking or remembering it as. Jump, jump, big jump. The new music app does not support Avi's. Groove Music doesn't support Avi's? I didn't know that. Media Player did not support OGS, and that's another thing I have to use VLC for. Both of which are older formats, I believe. Who uses Avi these days? If you want Avis, go back to early 2000s. Can't even remember what it stands for. Audio Video Interface. Don't quote me on that. I'm not familiar with the codec enough, other than I know it is substantially large compared to something like H.264. Oops. Hi! Again with the surprise creepers chilling in here? Where are they all coming from? And I didn't know there's a cave here. I thought I covered this up. Well, guess what? It's got to be covered up now. It's no longer groove music. What are you talking about? It used to be groove music. Did they rename it? Is it still the same app? We're going to hold on to that fortune pickaxe. I want to use it, but we're going to have to wait a little bit. Here's groove music when I last used it. However long ago, back before I used VLC. Because it did support OGs. I will continue to call them OGs. I'm not a shoe person, they're not Uggs. Wonder if I should push in the sides before focusing on the midpoint. Or I could not keep going layer by layer. Oops. Excuse me, thank you. Oopsies, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I don't know why I'm apologizing to the stair block that I casually took out a chunk of. Do you ever wonder what it would be like to be able to build with stair blocks using the different corner segments, but you can work with them manually? Oh, you know what? You can in creative if you have the debug stick. Oh, you don't even need to be in creative to use the debug stick, I think. But that still requires A, 1.13 plus, and B, it requires a way to use cheats to get the debug stick to begin with. Windows Media Player Legacy laughs as that is not the legacy player. If you're talking about the one that came with Windows 10, maybe 8, don't quote me on that. So Groove Music turned into the Media Player, and then the Media Player became Media Player Legacy. All of that within one OS's lifespan. Being the original good media player from however long ago, that lasted multiple Windows versions. Windows 10, like I said, 2016, during Windows 10 time was when it was finally put to rest. Yeah, that will forever remain my preferred media player when it comes to watching regular content. Although I will still prefer or still utilize VLC when it comes to unsupported formats. I wish there was a way to add H.265 support to the old media player, but I don't know if I'm capable of. I want to say it requires manual installation of H.265 decoder. That brick's not right. Or that stair's not right. And I think I have extra brick stairs. Oh wait, no, I still need to do this whole midsection. Just kidding. Ah, never mind. I'm gonna run out of brick stairs. Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. I was jumping last time to make sure that I don't get stuck. Oops. Xbox Music on Windows 8. That's already a poor design choice, since it has nothing to do with Xbox. Unless it did support syncing between your Xbox content. Yeah, I only remember it being Groove Music because I'm not familiar enough with Windows 8, as I personally don't like it. Same thing with 8.1. I'll apply the concept to both. And this is getting very challenging to put the stairs because of all these trees right here. No wonder why I saved it for last. This is the most difficult portion. Oh, is there more? I have to go all the way over here. Let's try putting a line here. That's not how I want it. Doop. There's not brick there, but based on design, that is logically where the brick should go. I bet once this project is over, I'll be tired of brick and not want to work with it again for a good long while. Even just cleaning out the control room was a good undertaking, but now I have even more brick I have to mine, since it has occurred to me that where I put the cage is a little bit high compared to where it could have been. Whoopsies. Alright, this should be relatively easy. Go all the way back, then all the way forward. I want to say I did hear about the Xbox games. I can't remember enough of it. One thing I do remember, though, games for Windows Live. I'm pretty confident Fallout 3 requires the installation of games for Windows Live. Old service. Alright, well, we still need more brick stairs. We're on the final chunk, though. We have to get all of that between there and here, and we can call it a day. How come zombies can see you from 50 blocks, yet they're not smart enough to hide in the shade? Yeah, I know it was earlier on the Windows service timeline, but in thinking back to old stuff, that's what I was remembering. Oh, we're good. Alrighty, back to digging. I'll try to utilize my unenchanted pickaxe on the brick. Then when it comes to areas like the stone, we'll try switching over to the fortune pickaxe. Because that will... If we run into any ores, then we'll be able to utilize the fortune. I say any ores, even though it's only going to be effective against coal, since iron ore is going to drop itself anyway. I already want to go back to placing downstairs, since I think I prefer that activity more than digging up all these bricks. Xbox video. Of course, all the push for the Xbox branding. Oh, here, let's be smart and bring all that in. "54 minutes. We still have another hour to go. It's gonna be an hour of digging up brick. We'll see how far into the stone layer we can get. But if I'm doing this whole thing one layer at a time, the reason why I'm doing this too is because I can't crawl. This isn't 1.14. as early as 1.9 if you utilize the elytra bug to get stuck within particular areas, not important, irrelevant, or 1.13, swimming within 1 block spaces. That's why I'm digging up 2 blocks at a time. The randomness of these streams. I wonder if there's a way, if there's a chart, or if someone's come up with some sort of formula that can help define the randomness of something. I wonder where my streams would be at utilizing that method. That formula, I should say, probably the best term. Welp, this is the first area for the cages. So how do? We get back to digging. I'll need to come back here with more. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, that's not the staircase. I keep thinking that's the staircase, but it's not. It's over here. But yeah, we've hit the point of digging 1 block at a time. I want to leave the torches until later, that way I don't have to bother with moving them. Can I combine these yet? Yes, I can. So 73 plus 1319 plus 5% gives us 1470. You sure you're not doing 2.0 or 20W14 tilde? I'm pretty confident. I need to look back, but I don't think I'm doing 20W14 tilde. I've already passed 2.0. That I would have done that back after 1.5. That would needed to have been done before 1.6. Way back in part 3, 2 years ago. Microsoft help in order to mask its real function. I did not know that. It's doing 1 block at a time. I didn't say I was doing 1 block at a time. That's false information spread by Ian. I did not say I was doing 1 block at a time. I did not plan on it. Digging. Not doing. Yeah, I absolutely missed the joke then. Are you sure you're not digging 2.0 or 20W14 tilde? I'm pretty sure I'm not digging either of those. I'm digging brick. Brick is not a version. Brick is not April Fool's. Yeah, at this point, it's hit the point where I lack comprehension. It's always possible to upgrade and downgrade a world. Just how much it works is a different matter. You need some level.dat manipulation. I don't know if it loads pre-existing worlds. It might. But I know once saved as that, you'd have to modify the level.dat to get it going. How playable it is afterward would depend on whatever version. Special level.dat. Oh, doesn't accept regular ones? Interesting. Howdy, Paul. Welcome back to the stream. I saw Planet of the Apes the other day. That wasn't the other day, that was last night. I saw it last night. It's as old as you. And that puts in perspective how old the movie is. Because I was thinking about that. Oh, that's another hole. I don't know if it knows how to load the custom dimensions because there's no properties to set them up. You would need a data pack that is able to read those. But since the dimensions are procedural, you would have to figure out what exactly it does to generate those dimensions if you wanted them to remain consistent. I thought you can get custom dimensions with data packs and fancy stuff in a later version. You found some green stuff in your mine shaft. Is it a slime chunk? If you're playing beta 1.8, then that means this was before slime spawned at level 40, which means you'd have to be at level 16 and below. I don't think you could load them. Sounds like a challenge for somebody else. Posted on Twitter. Alrighty. Have you done any more stepping to the far lands? Windows version is Memphis? I don't know. I hear Memphis. I get flashbacks to Snapcube's Sonic real-time fandub, and I think of Memphis, Tennessee. Same thing when I was watching Godzilla, the animated movie trilogy on Netflix. One of the characters' name was Metphis, and I couldn't get out of my head Memphis, Tennessee. Your Minecraft phase is ended right now. I can understand that. I've been absolutely trying to crack down on the Population Zelanator world, but the more I figure out the story for Population Zelanator 2, the more I realize I'm gonna have to make another short that takes place before the first one. I don't know if I'm gonna do that before or after the release of 2, but I'm gonna have to go back my old copies of the world, back when it was still in InfDev. I'll have to record it in Alpha 1.1, because I have a fancy mod that you can hide the HUD on. For anyone who saw Ultimate Minecraft Polyworld Part 1, it had the ability to hide the HUD, but it also had the ability to fly. I'm going to utilize that mod to do the filming. And it's going to be a challenge because I'm used to filming in newer versions where I get all the new amenities. I don't know how the mod's going to function on a server. I don't even know how well an Alpha 1.1.2 server is going to function. But I'll figure it out if I want to keep this up, because that would be a more realistic approach than trying to make 1.17 look like Alpha 1.1. One thing at a time, one thing at a time. Alright, before I answer the InfDev Plus question... no, never mind. Nothing else to comment on then. Yeah, I do plan on continuing my InfDev Plus series later. The earliest is after Part 4 comes to an end. I do not have plans for any series interrupting Part 4 unless some catastrophic failure happens, and I say, I'm done. Yeah, and Stuff Plus will be continued at a later point. .0.02 Minecon, what is that? So, a little bit before Minecraft 1.0 was fully released, during the Minecon 2011, there was a build of 1.0 that was, I think, meant to be for Minecon, and that was going to be the build they released. And it only had one line difference. It had a problem with, I think, server authentication, which made multiplayer impossible on there. That was fixed for the full release of 1.0.0. and that's about it. There's no other interesting part of it. So it is a slightly early version of 1.0.0 that we got as the full release. Let's see, before or after through the Android? I'm not sure yet. I'll figure it out when we get there. Because through the Android has a lot more to go if I want to catch up to release 1.1.5, which will be the end of that world and that series. And so we'll see. We'll see how much more of Let's Play and Stuff Plus I have planned when I get there, because it'll be quite a big mod at that point. The full 1.0 of Stuff Plus is going to be released. Maybe even 1.1 if I take that long. So I'll need to compare series lengths and do the shorter one first, because coming off the back of UMP Part 4, taking place for about 11 months, I'd want to do something shorter before committing to another long-term world. Alright, let's see. That was released, question mark? If you're referring to the 1.0.0 2 Minecon being released, it was never publicly released. It was available on Mojang servers for a short amount of time before being publicized, and they replaced that with a fake 2 Minecon file that had a random video of someone eating watermelon. And so Mojang tried to hide that. But the file was password protected. Both of them had different passwords. And so eventually we were able to get the original 2 Minecon version, or get the password to the 2 Minecon version, and then go from there. Well, first we had to find the original version, then we had to find the password for it. There's other people who wanted to capitalize on the discovery, not naming any names for big YouTubers. And so they do more in-depth explanations for the whole discovery portion. When was that version released to the public? Oh, if you're talking afterward, since it wasn't intended to be released for the public. It became available, I think it was earlier this year. It might have been late last year. I don't remember. If you're in the Omni Archive Discord server, you can check on there. It would be under the changelog. If you just look up 2 Minecon in Octothorpe changelogs, it should say when that version was available. Or you could probably scroll through the list. I don't know how many things we found after the 2 Minecon build. First time you've seen it in Betacraft, it should have been added to Betacraft the day it was publicly announced that, hey, we got this version. In fact, you could probably check the Minecraft wiki for that page and hope that it has accurate information. I'd like to assume that someone at some point included in the trivia section, or whatever, the day that the version was made publicly available after the password was found. But yeah, it's been a long while. Okay, I see the dirt to our left, but how much more brick overall do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 layers. Average could be 3 layers, since that is not a good sample size to know how far down. For all I know, I could be standing on top of a big pit. That pit ended up getting filled with brick. Only 2 times on the 1.0.0 page. One of them is a reference. Oh. then it might not have been included. Oh well. Okay, do I want to use the pickaxe? It does have fortune. So now 500 uses left. It's between the prop release and 2 Minecon, 1 line of code in regards to server authentication. The original 2 Minecon cannot connect to servers. The full release can, because of whatever they did. They forgot to include a reference to something, like a variable or whatever. I can't remember, it's been a while since I last looked at the code myself. You could probably find a screenshot if you are in the Omni Archive Discord. That might have been included. I would not be surprised. I saw the screenshot somewhere on there of the 1 line difference, and I laughed at how that was the only change. Good thing I don't have any torches on me, because I'm now realizing if I did, that'd be taking up another slot. And at this point, we're going to try to maximize our inventory. Of course, it's not going to matter because I'm going to dump this into the ender chest anyway. And make more brick stairs. You know, before we go home, I should probably get a better estimate for how many brick stairs I make. That way I don't have 10 extra stacks of brick stairs when I don't need it. I don't have any other plans for brick stairs after this. Unless, if I'm going to keep up with the brick elevator shaft, maybe I'll use stairs. We shall see, we shall see. But that means the entire radius. That's not true. The change in height over the radius for the elevator shaft is going to change, which means my floors might not line up. Oh, that was it. I'll be back later. With 300 uses left. If it's nighttime, we'll sleep. If not, we'll keep heading home. Then we'll go from there. Man, it's so much easier to look at. All the stone compared to that bright brick. Being surrounded by brick on every side. 1.18 generator's the best. I don't think 1.18 works well enough on a survival level. It looks cool and all that, but when it comes to physical gameplay, it feels too large of a scale. And the sun's setting, we should catch our Z's. And we go back down the stairs, and then head up. And in terms of beta terrain generation, I think I prefer alpha over beta. Alpha 1.1, I should say, compared to alpha 1.2. I don't know, maybe it's just the biomes that I prefer, but oh well. I cannot see the Zella Moon from here. 413 to 415 is my favorite terrain generator, though. It's not nighttime yet. And a Chewy. There we go. Alright, up we go. 52,000. 52,000 Paul, so yeah, I've been digging. That was a late reaction. I asked that question a while ago if you were still digging. Are you behind? That would be unfortunate. There's no way to tell who's watching live as the streamer. I wonder if people watching live or people not watching live count towards the current view count. I wonder. 7, so approximately 7 times 29. So approximately 7 times 29. I'll round down to 7 times 28. That'll give us 196. Divide that by 64 gives us just over 3 stacks. So I need about 3 stacks of brick stairs, rough estimate. Notice the cheese it counter. What did I cheese? It was a sad time, and you could probably figure out what happened when I get there. Because I have a new structure that I put in place just recently. Well, it's not a new structure. I updated a very, very old structure that I didn't think I would. But let me get there. I shall showcase. The green stuff is probably slime remains. That is indeed what I was referring to. Man, it does feel like the chat is from so long ago. I wonder if Paul is indeed watching live or not. What does cheesing mean? Fluff. I don't know where the term came from. I can't remember. Play incorrectly, but it works, I guess. But yeah, as you can see, look, we have a brand new fancy guardrail. That way, never again will I fall off of the staircase. It wasn't today, it was yesterday. How many stacks did I say? 3 stacks. So yeah, 3 stacks of bricks, and we'll go from there. I will say, that does look kind of better. Now it's not just plank stair. But oh well. Oops. Now I have to deal with the Cheez-It counter for the next 10 months or so. Oh well, it'll be a constant reminder of my oops. I hear you, Slime. With how fast he was slapping the ground. He was probably stuck in the fountain. I was not watching. It was a reminder of my failure. Oh well. My first death since before 1.4. Because I know, because I never swapped out the dragon egg. Oh well. Alright, so if I want 3 stacks of stairs means I'll just make 4. I'll just do the regular 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The totem of undying is too OP. I don't listen to enough modern players to hear about that. I think if people want to totally abuse the totem of undying in regular gameplay worlds, that's fine with me, because I quote this all the time. In Minecraft, no one can tell you what you can or cannot do. And so I'm one of those people where, nah, I would rather have a free offhand slot as opposed to be one of the people who carries around the totem all the time. Or one of those people who permanently has the elytra equipped because I would rather have armor. And we need another pickaxe. I'm indeed going to cheese every time I die, and we're going to hope that I don't die again, so that way I don't have to add more to the Cheez-It counter. So what I did this past time was casually load up my previous level.dat because I was only playing about 25 to 30 minutes. I didn't do much, so I figured, well, I'm gonna reload my previous level.dat because I don't want to dig all this brick again. Oopsies. Or no, I was already past the brick. I was still working on the stone at that time. So, since I didn't want a diggy hole, I went back to that. Cheez-It counter doubles as a death counter. At this point it will. On other series it would not. But I can choose the game if I can prevent my death. Realistically, if I had paused the game before slapping the ground, I would have added 1 to the Cheez-It counter and then modified my level.dat to say, oh, I have fallen 0 blocks. Dude, you've never seen cheese that's in the real world? Do you not have Cheez-Its over there? I get Cheez-Its every once in a while. I see them at the grocery store. Left and rejoin, then take no damage. I thought that doesn't work anymore. Or, on the flip side, that now does start working. There was a time when that didn't work. There was a time when that didn't work, and I can't remember which happened when. You've never seen Cheez-Its? I guess you don't have them over there. It might be country limited then. I don't know if they are overseas or not. I've seen them all across America though. It still does work. When did it stop? Well, when did it start working, I should say. As in, when did Minecraft stop keeping track of your fall damage? No, that's not true. I know why it works. It's not that it stopped keeping track of how far you've fallen. It's that what they did is, as soon as you join a world, they added a grace period where you don't take any damage. That's what they did, and so it conflicts with the fall damage, which means if you fall for a bit, hop off, hop back on, you keep falling for a while, then hit the ground, then all of that damage would be applied. This is just a theory. I have not examined level.dats, but I remember hearing about that however long ago, where they added the little safety measure so that way you don't instantly die upon joining a world. You're right, I forgot about that. I didn't remember when that was implemented though. Posted the green stuff on the mine shafts? Alright. I'll check that out later. Over on the Twitter, because calling it by something else is not formal. 1.3 and related to the internal server. Maybe it's a multiplayer thing. Maybe because they added it to multiplayer, so that way when you join servers, you don't instantly die. And in doing so, that carried over to single player because of the internal server. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, hold on. Sorry, Leaf. You gotta go. I'm trying to keep these trees intact because Nerf headquarters is supposed to be surrounded by trees. So we're gonna leave all these as is. I want to do the lower sections first, but I think I'm mostly gotten done. Black striped speedster. No image found. Code 404, file not found. The dying cries of the rebellious claptraps. For those of y'all who played that Borderlands DLC. Or played Borderlands Gotti Edition, where all DLC is included. Newest version of Minecraft says indev in the splash. That's still a splash? I didn't know they did not take that out. I should clarify. I know some splashes have been updated over time, but I wonder when that splash was added to begin with. Minecraft has had a massive amount of splashes. Minecraft has also had multiple types of splashes. And I'm now glad that I made that extra stack of stone brick. Woohoo! It's over! Hooray! I've now coated the entirety of the brick pyramid with stone, or with brick stairs. We're keeping this open because I'm going to need glass. Because it's all glass coated, but because it's easier to walk around, we're going to keep this open for now until I have proper entrances and exits. That'll be one of the last things I do. But for now, we shall catch some Z's, throw all these brick stairs into the ender chest, go from there. I cannot guarantee whether or not the InDev splash was added in InDev. I get the feeling it could have been, but I do not know. The reason why I say that is because they added the splash check out the Farlands in beta 1.8, which is the very version that removed the Farlands. It was the very first splash? Are you serious? I didn't know that. Is that based on the text file? Because splashes were saved in code before they were added to a dedicated file. Maybe that's why they never updated it. Yawn. One of these days I'll decompile in dev back the earliest version that had the title screen and splashes and see in code what the splashes are. Oh, you're pretty sure. Alright, we'll find out in code, because if it's the very first thing within the array or the string or wherever it's saved, then I'll find it. That's not entirely true because I cannot guarantee that there are currently retro MCP mappings for that version of InDev. I say that version because I'll be honest, I don't remember when the title screen was added. I think it was 0.31, one of them. I don't know if InDev was InDev at that time. It could have been. But here's a question, was Minecraft InDev called InDev on the website before? It was added in InDev on the wiki, InDev 0.31. Then yeah, it means it was labeled as InDev before given. What? InDev 0.31, not 0.31? Those are exclusive. If you're looking at the in-game version number, it's one or the other. Is the wiki wrong? Providing contradictory data? It's done that before. I would need to see my own eyes the current formatting, because there could be communication issues between us. That's happened before. Just like, you know, the entirety of Potato's joke earlier that went zooped. Zooped meaning that was my head, and the joke flew right over it. The wiki says it's InDev, not InDev 0.31. Okay, so if that's the case, then that means Minecraft was indeed called InDev at the time, and not 0.31. Alright, cool. Hanging and the striped entity was zooming around the mineshaft? I have no idea what you're talking about anymore. I don't know any striped entities. Yes, a lot of message retracted. If they pop up on screen though, you can still see them. Until they're deleted, and then they just poof out of existence. I wonder if any messages that were retracted ever show up in the live chat replay. Wasn't InDev in the launcher? InDev's probably not in the launcher because InDev was not included, I don't think. InDev was not included in the Minecraft Nostalgia launcher? No, tool. It was not included in Minecraft Nostalgia because it required... No, MC Nostalgia, sorry. Minecraft Nostalgia is my series. It was not included within MC Nostalgia because unmodded InDev required a special setup to get going. Unlike InchDev and later, it would not play. Minecraft and its default libraries were incapable of playing InDev. And even some early inf devs and classic, I should add as well. I think classic. So basically, because it did not work normally, MC Nostalgia didn't get that going. Because MC Nostalgia never got that going, when Mojang said, hippity hoppity, these versions are all my property, and added all the MC Nostalgia versions to the vanilla launcher in 2013, InDev was never available. At this point, Paul might be playing a mod. Oh, he's playing the pre-one with the broken entity textures. That's probably why the striped entity zoomed by. Is the models got corrupted as the usual in that version. Stick around 5 seconds, stuff starts breaking real fast. At least you're watching live, since you responded. I find it as distracting because furnaces like to crash in that version whenever it changes between lit and unlit, and you're looking at it, I think. Maybe not even looking at it. I can't remember, it's been so long since I've played the beta 1.8 pre-releases. I don't think it was until the full release of beta 1.8 that the furnace bug was fixed. I think all 3 pre-releases were affected. The original leaked beta 1.8 pre-release, the official beta 1.8 pre-release, and then pre-release 2 smiley face. Winky face, sorry. Nope. People probably forgot how important InDev was because it's not an important topic. And I totally forgot I never made my challenge video. I had a plan. I had an InDev challenge video I had planned, and I forgot I put that project on the back burner because I never got a proper world going for it. Oopsies. Well, now that I'm not working on my book anymore, then I might get to it. Does that mean the book's released? Nope, I'm still waiting around for the author copy. And so I have about 2 weeks until I get the author's copy. If I'm happy with it, then I can publicly say, hey, buy my book. In nicer words. I'm not gonna use that terminology, probably. So I need to physically see the book, make sure that its print is of good quality and that it's formatted correctly before I get it out to you guys, because I will not publicly release it until I am personally satisfied with the book in my hands. The ebook is probably going to be a lot easier to deal with. I wanted to get the print edition out first, since I knew that one would be the hardest. And so any problems with the print edition can be fixed. That way, getting the ebook out, I'll be able to have the 2 release dates closer to each other. But for now, I sit and wait for about 2 weeks or so for the book to be printed and shipped on over here. And so once that's good, then we go from there. Paul, in vanilla, no versions that have the brick pyramids will save. You would need a saving mod if you want brick pyramids, such as what I did. Don't recommend the 325 saving mod by Sith. That is not good for long-term survival worlds, but I loaded up some of the terrain, and that's all I needed it for. Yeah, I do not recommend that mod since it is not up to high-quality standards. Rendering and saving issues and entity problems and all that. Uh-oh. Not again. At least now I know I'll survive that fall if I'm at full health. At least every block down I go, this becomes less of a problem. Every block down is less, or is 1/2 heart less of damage I will receive. I didn't know if that was another cave that I was uncovering or not. I already forgot I dug out those corners today, within the past hour and a half. And this is also why I've been trying to crouch this whole time in case I do come across a cave or something. I think we'll go down one more layer, and then that's when we will start clearing out the dirt, since as I look around, there's more and more dirt that's being uncovered. Worst version, 624-2. I will continue to uphold my stance on 624. Sorry, yes, 624, not 625-2. I'll continue to uphold my stance that 624 is the worst version. It introduced many world bugs. It was notched up to begin with. I view 625-2 as an inconvenience in your gameplay series. 624 is an exclusive save format. I don't think, Paul, you're going to acquire any capes. If I do not get a half of a kebab memorial cape, you are unlikely to get a mineshaft cape. You can, however, find a third-party cape service if you want a cape that badly. Or if you only ever play single player, find a custom cape mod. There's a service I used to use called MC Capes back in 2013, maybe 2014. I liked their service, simple, free, straightforward. All you needed was an account. And then they discontinued after however many years. Made me sad, but oh well, such is life. But that was before my Minecon 2016 cape I received from attending Minecon 2016. And so, these days I settle for not being able to utilize any third-party capes. I'm not donating to Optifine. I don't need a cape that badly. I would not use any paid service. I don't need a cape that badly. And these days I would like to avoid making an account. Oh well, I'd rather find a mod, since I'm a single player person, I'd rather find a mod that allows you to have custom capes just locally, even if no one else can see them. Doesn't matter because no one else is on my Minecraft worlds anyways. I remember that villagers were called testificates because I remember my beta 1.9 episodes. You're obsessed with villagers? Interesting. Let me guess, you've seen every villager news episode. Would that be true? There we go. So yeah, we'll clean out this layer here. That's not what I needed. Oops! I knew it! There was a cave! Yeah, let me clean out all of this. And combine our pickaxes, because I could totally utilize more inventory space. Yeah, villagers. This is why, Paul, I say, her goes the villager since 1.6. Because 1.6 was when they made the her sounds. It took them a while. That's not true, because in terms of years, villagers have had sounds. For 11 years now, the villagers did not have sounds for 2 years. That's a big difference between them having sounds versus them not having sounds. It will forever be, I can't do that because I always hear the R in it. I know someone utilized a program, it's probably Ian, that utilized a program that turned the sound effects into the technical phonetic spelling, if y'all know what I'm talking about. And it was something not expected, and I can't remember what it was. This was a recent stream, and poof, away from my mind, there it goes. Yeah, this dirt's gonna have to be cleaned out soon. One more layer. When I hit stone, then I know I absolutely need to start clearing it out, but since I have not seen any stone yet, I'm safe to keep digging the brick. It said testificates in pre-release 1. Pre-release 2, it removed the name tag. I don't know when they were called villagers within the game itself. Why do I feel like, I can't remember. Why do I feel like there was a recent, that might have been you and I was forgetting. Yeah, I feel like there was a recent Minecraft thing that released with a reference to testificates, and I can't remember what it was. I feel like it was a game or a video where they were talking about testificates, and I thought that was funny because how many people have played, or how many people who play Minecraft these days have witnessed with their own eyes testificates? You're on the wrong profile? I don't know you're on the wrong profile. Oh, you mean in Betacraft? Oh. Ah, look! Look, it's a nice little green bean come to say hello. Is that grass? Of course that's grass. Why wouldn't it be? Oh, I don't have the torches to light this up right now. Oops. Hold on. I thought I heard a creeper taking damage. Maybe I didn't. Alright, hold up. Let me go down here. Yeah, I remember the original pigment plans. That would have been interesting. I would have liked that. Instead, we got caveman Squidwards, and I can't remember who first called them caveman Squidwards. I want to say it was someone from Yogscast who first called them caveman Squidwards, and so ever since that day, I've always remembered them as such. Alright, there we go. Now it's all nice and bright. Oh, you're testing out another profile, I see. I forget that Betacraft allows you to set the username, because whenever I need a different username, particularly for recording Population Zelinator, I need different accounts, because I'm cheap and not going to pay people to act on Population Zelinator. However, though, I am likely to require free services provided by people. So if one day you see, hey, I'm looking for actors for Population Zelinator, one day and try to get a bunch of people. But we'll see. Sounds like a direction nightmare. But we'll get there when we do. Since I am limited in the filming style I can do. So if I had real people, I could say, hey, do this, do that. And then all I have to worry about is the filming. Then I can produce a more cinematic experience. I've done better though. The past few entries, I've gotten better. The first Population Zelinator is still very rough, and it has very plain cinematography. Oh well. One of these days, I plan to redo the first one, but that's only after. That's after I get everything else going. I'm not gonna remake the first Population Zelinator until I have the supercut going, where I take every Population Zelinator entry and combine them into one. But that requires finishing the series first. I think I've said before, I'm only about a quarter of the way through the amount of entries I have. I have several more full-length and short population Zelanator entries to get through. Oh, it's daytime. Skeleton's burning. Alice the Goon from Popeye? I never watched Popeye much. There was... Nope, not was, still is. I don't know if it's still around. But Galacticraft. Galacticraft had villages on the moon, and it had the villagers, the aliens of them, were light blue, I should say pale blue, and they had large heads, and they really looked like Squidward. And so I thought that was funny. Alice the Goon Popeye. We'll see if I do. The iron golems in Minecraft, from what I've seen, heard, and read, and all that fun stuff, are similar to the golems from... Hold on, what was that movie? Hold on, I need to think about it. Castle in the Sky, that's what it was. I think that's the film I'm thinking of. Old anime movie. I say old, but the 90s? Question mark. Howdy Mega Miner, welcome back. Oh, I forgot I had this ender chest here. Because I was gonna go home. I don't have to go home. Hooray. There's one biscuit on the screen. Oh, buddy, are you about to tell me you don't know what a Cheez-It is either? Tell me, do you know what a Cheez-It is? I'm about to get sad. But neither of y'all are American. None in Poland. Sad face. Hello. Okay, I heard that Zomble. I was expecting him to pop up. Yeah, we're gonna start digging. Now that the inventory is all clean. Y'all should import Cheez-Its. I'm sure they're on Amazon. Probably. Don't quote me on that. I need you to have 2 more Cheez-It incidents. A lot can happen over the next 10 months because I was at 3 Cheez-It incidents last time, if you remember. In fact, when I first put it on screen this time, I still had the 3 up. So that was entertaining to watch. And it's going to confuse people even more. What does the counter count again? How many times I cheese the game. How many times I've had to cheese it. That's why it's a Cheez-It. Because it's how many times I cheese it. I've cheesed it 1 time. During UMP Part 4. I decided the Cheez-It counter resets after every part. Every series part. Because I honestly forgot how many times I've had to cheese it in the first part. And so I said, well, instead of guessing or setting it to 0, we're gonna keep track. Yeah, resets after every part. That's partly, but oops, I don't remember what it used to be. And so every series and every part of every series are resets. Yep. Mega, have you not heard of the phrase cheesed it either? Am I that old of a gamer? Well, I play all these boomer shooters from the 90s, so maybe I am. You have misunderstood. Oh boy. Kids these days, I say, even though I'm pretty sure you're an adult. I don't even know when the term cheesed it was popular. I feel like, you know, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 era. Don't quote me on that. I wonder if there's an Urban Dictionary entry that gives a little brief history of the term. Spicy cheese. Was it something like pepper jack? I don't know if pepper jack's really spicy. A little bit, if I'm thinking of my correct cheese. I'm not a big cheese fanatic. Oh, spicy cheese Cheez-Its? I see. I'm not a big spicy person when it comes to spice flavoring. Or hot flavoring, I should say. I'm one of those people who prefers not hot flavoring. Cheez-It from the Mario Maker levels? I'm not a Mario Maker fan. There's something I'd like to tell us? To run away from a member of law enforcement or authority? Is that real? Is that the first Cheez-It entry? Because now I need to know. To run away, to scramble to flee. None of this is what I'm thinking. Have I come from an alternate reality? Where Cheez-It has meant, or the term to cheese something has been similar to playing it not as intended, but it works. A very easy method. 10 definitions for one word. Okay, so yeah, you know what Cheez-It is. Hooray. Yeah, I'm from the same reality. Okay, so I'm not crazy. It's just, this is not... No one these days seems to have written proof of the definition. Which means I'll have to go digging from articles in the past if I want to figure out the origin. Man, I have history homework to do before tomorrow. I was done with school years ago. Oh well, this is fun history. Play as unintended. And that's probably the same definition, but I've heard it applied to every game, even some real-world activities. But yeah, for the most part, I remember hearing it in terms of video games. Maybe I can find some game reviewer from years ago and then listen to one of their reviews. Well, I mine out the entire pyramid? No. I'm building a nerve headquarters down here. I'm not gonna mine out the whole pyramid. I'm only mining out specific rooms. I only have one brick pyramid. I might as well use it to its fullest potential and not delete it from the landscape. It kind of is rooms and passages, except that's not at all what I'm going for. Okay, those zombies are starting to bother me, but I don't have a way to get there. I do, but I'm not gonna dig any excess brick because of how much brick I have to dig myself. And seeing as, not only am I going to build the cages on this side, I have to build the cages on the other side of the control room. That means, once I carve out this entire area and build the physical structures in here, I have to do it all over again on the other side of the pyramid. Oh boy. How did you cheese the Polyworld that the counter is 1? It was a tough day. I don't want to talk about it. Not today, yesterday. All you have to do is go back to yesterday's stream, episode 302, and see when it appeared versus when it wasn't there. Tee-hee. I'll take that watch time from you scrolling through the video trying to find it. Or you could be like one of my past viewers who used to watch my streams on 8x speed. I don't know if he still does. But yeah, after the streams were over, one of the days I was told, oh yeah, I have this YouTube plugin or something, and I can watch streams at 8x speed. And I think to myself, I can't process information that fast. It'd have to be the slowest video of all time to watch at 8x speed. That's not giving you any previous watch time. Watch time is calculated by the video player being opened. It is not calculated based on the video being played back, which means you do not get any extra watch time for 2x video being played back at half speed. No, 4x. Whatever the math is. Because if the video is intentionally sped up and you slow it down when you watch back so that way it plays back normally, that's not going to give you any extra watch time. Because real world hours are still the same. I don't remember where I heard about the YouTube and how it tracks watch hours. That's what I remember it being. Do it using console? Oh, maybe a plugin wasn't required. It was not nearly as emotional for me because I kind of just accepted it. Because I didn't think to pause the game fast enough, save and quit, and say, I'll come back later. Yeah, 4 minutes. 4 minutes, then I can get some lunch. What happened? I looked away, and I looked back, and I wasn't on the staircase anymore. That's what happened. I also partially still had it in my head that I didn't have fall damage enabled because I was recently playing on a world where I didn't have fall damage enabled. Of 1124? Whoa, you're from the future! Hey, what else happens in November? Oh, I know what's gonna happen in November. The United States elections. You could still vote early and whatnot. Well, it's not really early, it's open now. But the final election day is coming up. And so we'll see. I'm looking forward to seeing the internet's reaction. GTA 7, I think you skipped one. GTA 6 still isn't out yet. How far in the future did you come from? 2 minutes. So much brick. How much longer do I... Yeah, once all this brick is gone, I still have the dirt and all this stone. That's the joke? Oh, I see. Alright, so now we'll start bringing all this down. Yeah, dirt is easy. Stone is easier because that's nothing. You do not have to mine air. But for everything that's not dirt or air, it requires a lot of effort getting this going. That's not a cave. I've also said it before, why do so many, nearly all of my worlds have massive projects where I dig out areas? Why am I like this? I do not know. I don't know how common of an activity it is as well. I feel like digging out chunks or digging out pits of whatever size is common. But at this point, I extend beyond just that. Digging out pyramids, I was digging out the strip mine, I was digging out the... Oh, what was it called? Block Museum? I feel like there's something else I was digging out recently, can't remember. Probably not important. Oh yeah, I was digging out the entire bottom 2 layers of the world on my Through the Android world. Maybe before the series starts up again, I'll spend some time digging even more so. It would be interesting, although take a lot of hours, if the series started back up again and said, "Hey y'all, I've finished. Oop, let's not walk down that hole again." Num 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 num. It is only 1500 over there. Yeah, it's 12 over here. Tick-tock, noon o'clock. Say your final thoughts now, y'all. We'll be back again. Probably tomorrow. You know what we're gonna do? Same thing as today. Dig up the brick, and the grass, and the dirt, and the stone, and anything else. So... such a momentous task as someone who doesn't like working on mega builds. But yeah, that's all it for today. Thank you all for watching. Bye.